Want to take advantage of Bank of America's down payment grant or just looking for some additional information? Well, you are in the right place, so stay tuned. I got you covered. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Lynette, Selby Real Estate. In today's video, we are going to discuss the Bank of America grant, so let's get started. So Bank of America has set aside $15 billion through the year 2025 to help about 60,000 families or more achieve the dream of home ownership. So these grants are for moderate to lower income communities. So there are two main grants that they have. So these grants can be used separately or they can be used together. So first, they offer up to $10,000 towards your down payment, and then they offer an additional $7,500 that can be used towards your closing cost. So the down payment grant allows for 3% of the purchase price up to $10,000, whichever is less. And of course, this is to be applied towards your down payment. So let's break that down a little bit. So let's say you're purchasing a home for $250,000. If you were to put 3% down, 3% of the purchase price down as your down payment, you would need to set aside $7,500. So if you take advantage of the Bank of America down payment grant, they would cover the full down payment of $7,500. So now let's go over the closing cost grant. So basically, this is a lender credit of $7,500 that goes towards non-reoccurring closing cost. So non-reoccurring closing costs can cover title insurance, recording fees, loan origination fees, and any discount points that you decide to purchase. So this grant cannot cover prepaid reoccurring costs such as property taxes and homeowners insurance. So chances are you will not use the full $7,500 closing cost grant. So you could take the remainder and apply it towards purchasing points. So basically you would be able to kind of think of it like you're prepaying interest to kind of lower your interest rate on your mortgage. So all of this sounds pretty good, right? So let's go over the requirements. So in order to qualify for the program, you must have at least a 640 credit score. The grants are for low to moderate income areas and low to moderate income buyers. You do not have to be a first-time home buyer either, which is great. Most down payment assistance options require that the home buyer is a first-time buyer, so this gives move-up buyers the opportunity to take advantage of this program, which is another perk. Another good thing about this grant is you don't necessarily have to be a Bank of America customer to take advantage of this grant, so that's a really good feature too. So when using these grants, you will not have to occupy the property for an extended amount of time, just that normal occupancy rule that most FHA and conventional lenders require, which is that 1 year occupancy rule. So the main reason why I really like this program is because you don't have to repay that money back. This is truly a grant. There's no second mortgage attached to your home for the down payment assistance. And I also like that the interest rates are pretty competitive to the rates of loans without any type of down payment assistance. So now that we touched on the perks, we got to talk about the cons. So there are some big drawbacks here that you definitely want to consider. So one main drawback is that these grants are not available in all 50 states. So I'll leave a list in the description box for all the states that are currently participating in the program. Many buyers who have used the Bank of America grants complain about the process taking a long time. So when working with larger banks, I would always recommend that when you make your offer that you ask for about a 45 to 60 day closing to cover any delays that could happen. The housing market is beginning to cool, and that is at the time of this video, so it may not be as hard to request an extended closing date. Another drawback is sometimes Bank of America may issue a pre-qualification and not a pre-approval. So with a pre-qualification, the lender will pull your credit and they'll ask you about your income, Sometimes they do not require the documentation regarding your income and your assets until you're under contract. And this can cause a problem if they find out that you're not actually eligible for the grants. I always recommend to my clients that they apply with multiple lenders for a couple reasons. Reason number one, to have something to compare their loan approvals to. And two, if this does happen to you with Bank of America and you find out that you're no longer eligible for the grant program, you have other options. And if you must have down payment assistance, make sure you apply for other down payment assistance programs just so you're covered. Like we touched on before, these grants are only available in certain markets, so make sure you confirm with your loan officer that the property that you're considering purchasing qualifies for both of those grants. There have been cases where buyers were only eligible for one grant versus both. So another drawback is you will have to use Bank of America funding for these grants. So you can't use a loan with a different lender and try to take advantage of these grants. That's just not going to work. So what do you guys think about all of this? Let me know in the comments. So if you're considering the grants, or if you've purchased a home and you've used the grants from Bank of America, I would love to hear from you all. So take care, have a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.